Today, on this beautiful October 13th, 2025, the sun rises on a day filled with hope, remembrance, and unity. Across the country, something truly wonderful is happening. A celebration that brings together people of all backgrounds to honor Indigenous heritage. From Seattle to Baltimore, a vibrant energy fills the air, drums beating, dancers moving, communities gathering in joyful celebration and reflection. This is Indigenous Peoples Day, a celebration of the rich history, culture, and resilience of the first peoples of this land, a day to honor their stories and their strength. In city parks and community centers, powwows and markets come alive with traditional foods, laughter, and art. The aroma of fry bread, the sound of children playing, and the sight of intricate beadwork fill the senses. It's more than an event, it's a powerful expression of identity and pride, a living testament to cultures that have endured and thrived. For Native American communities, it's a day to stand tall, to share their enduring legacy, and to pass on traditions to the next generation. This day is a triumph, a reclaiming of a narrative too often silenced, a moment to demand recognition and justice, and to celebrate survival. Indigenous Peoples Day asks us to look deeper, to listen, and to acknowledge the full, beautiful history of this nation, one that began long before its founding. It honors ancestors and celebrates generations carrying wisdom forward, reminding us of the importance of heritage and the power of memory. What's most inspiring is that this celebration is for everyone, an open invitation to learn, to connect, and to build understanding across cultures. It's a chance to support Native artists, to appreciate their creativity, and to recognize the value of Indigenous contributions to our society. It's a moment to reflect on our shared history, to learn from the past, and to imagine a future built on respect and partnership. Together, we can build bridges of respect, understanding, and friendship that last for generations. This day reminds us that our diversity is our greatest strength, and that unity is possible when we honor each other's stories. When we celebrate one another, we all rise, together, in joy, resilience, and hope for the future. To understand Indigenous Peoples Day, we must look at its origins. For decades, the second Monday in October was Columbus Day, honoring Columbus's arrival and Italian-American heritage. But for Indigenous peoples, Columbus's arrival marked the start of conquest, loss, and erasure. The holiday became a painful reminder of trauma and ongoing struggles. In the 1990s, Indigenous activists asked, why not honor those who were already here? They proposed Indigenous Peoples Day, not to divide, but to heal and tell the full story. The movement called for a more inclusive, honest reflection of our nation's history. This was the beginning of a grassroots effort to truly celebrate the first peoples of this land. What began as a whisper for change, an idea quietly shared among Indigenous leaders and allies, has grown into a movement that cannot be ignored. Today, that whisper has become a powerful chorus echoing across the country, uniting people of all backgrounds in support of Indigenous rights and recognition. The movement for Indigenous Peoples Day has gained remarkable momentum, with over a dozen states and more than 200 cities officially embracing the holiday. Each year, more communities join in, making their voices heard. Cities like Seattle, Minneapolis, and Baltimore have transformed this day into a vibrant celebration of Native culture, history, and resilience, while also using it as a platform for education and dialogue. This shift is the result of years, sometimes decades, of tireless advocacy, heartfelt storytelling, and community organizing by Indigenous leaders and their supporters. The racial justice protests of 2020 brought new urgency, fueling deeper conversations about the true history of this land and the need for equity and justice for all. Recognizing Indigenous Peoples Day became a meaningful way for communities to honor Native peoples, acknowledge past injustices, and commit to a more just future. In Minnesota, Governor Tim Walz's proclamation was met with moving sunrise ceremonies and colorful powwows, where drummers and dancers gathered to celebrate their heritage. On Alcatraz Island, people gathered at dawn, holding feathers and offering prayers to honor their ancestors and the ongoing struggle for recognition. These recognitions are more than symbolic. They are powerful affirmations that Native history, culture, and contributions matter, and deserve to be seen and celebrated. Each new city and state that joins this movement adds to the growing chorus of change, helping to build a future rooted in truth, respect, and unity. This movement is proof that together, we can create a more just, compassionate, and inclusive world. One where every voice is valued and every story is honored. The conversation has reached the highest levels of government, reflecting our national debate. President Biden recognizes both Indigenous Peoples Day and Columbus Day, seeking to honor both histories. His approach acknowledges the pain of colonization and the contributions of Italian Americans. It's an attempt to build bridges in a complex landscape. In contrast, former President Trump vowed to focus solely on Columbus Day, framing the debate as a culture war. Native advocates remain focused on their goals, building consensus and advancing their communities. Their resilience is unwavering. They don't wait for permission to celebrate their heritage or fight for their rights. Their determination is a lesson for us all. This year, Montana officially celebrates Indigenous Peoples Day as a state holiday, a milestone for a state with 12 recognized tribes. For generations, Indigenous communities have called this land home, shaping its history and culture in countless ways. Now, their stories and contributions are being honored at the highest level, marking a new chapter in Montana's journey. This moment is the result of a decade-long effort by Native leaders and allies. Their persistence, vision, and willingness to engage in dialogue have brought about real change, showing what's possible when communities work together. State Senator Shane Morigo, of the Confederated Salish and Kootenai tribes, led the way, framing the holiday as an invitation, not a fight. He encouraged Montanans to see this day as a chance to learn, reflect, and come together, rather than as a source of division. The law, signed by Governor Greg Gianforte, establishes Indigenous Peoples Day alongside Columbus Day, not replacing it. This decision was made to foster understanding and respect for all perspectives, acknowledging the complexity of Montana's history. This approach built broad support, allowing people to choose how to observe the day. Some may attend powwows or educational events, while others reflect quietly or participate in community service. It respects different perspectives, while finally giving Indigenous history official recognition. Schools, museums, and communities now have a platform to share stories that were too often left untold. This model proves we can honor new traditions without erasing old ones. It's a reminder that progress doesn't have to mean forgetting the past, but rather, expanding our understanding of it. Senator Morigo hopes this day will be one of healing and unity. He envisions a future where all Montanans feel seen, valued, and connected through shared celebration. Across Montana, from Bozeman to Missoula, people are coming together to celebrate. These gatherings are filled with music, dance, and heartfelt conversations, bridging generations and backgrounds. It's a powerful step forward. The energy and hope at these events show how much this day means to so many. This is about building something new, not tearing anything down. It's about creating a future where everyone's story matters and every voice is heard. Montanans, native and non-native, reflect on their shared history and celebrate their cultural tapestry. Through open hearts and open minds, they are weaving a stronger, more inclusive community. Unity is always within reach, and Montana is showing the nation what it looks like to walk that path together. Indigenous Peoples Day isn't about division, it's about addition. The goal is to make the circle bigger, honoring more stories and histories. Many states, like Montana, celebrate Indigenous Peoples Day alongside Columbus Day, embracing multiple truths. This approach offers everyone a choice. Celebrate Columbus Day, Indigenous Peoples Day, both, or simply reflect. There's no single right way to observe this day. The freedom to choose replaces conflict with understanding. Coexistence moves us away from a zero-sum mentality. We can honor Italian American contributions and acknowledge the impact of colonization on Indigenous communities. Both stories are part of America. By making space for both, we create a more honest picture of who we are. This day invites us to connect with our shared humanity and lead with empathy. We are all connected, and our future depends on respect and honor for one another. The beauty of Indigenous Peoples Day is in its diversity. There's no single way to celebrate. Across the country, events showcase the unique traditions of hundreds of tribal nations. From sunrise ceremonies to powwows, each celebration expresses cultural pride and continuity. Music and dance, especially the drum, connect communities and tell stories passed down for generations. Markets and showcases support Native artists and entrepreneurs, sharing their talents and heritage. Many use this day for personal reflection, storytelling, and honoring ancestors. Each tradition, public or private, is a thread in the resilient tapestry of Indigenous life. These living traditions continue to evolve and thrive. Indigenous Peoples Day is more than a day off. It's a chance to learn and grow. It calls us to move beyond headlines and engage with real stories and living cultures. Seek out Indigenous voices. Read Native authors, watch Indigenous filmmakers, follow Native artists and activists. Learn about the challenges and triumphs of Indigenous communities. Reflect on the history of your land and your relationship to it. Honest reflection helps us understand the past and build a more equitable future. For children, this day is a chance to teach a more complete, inclusive history. Attend local events or explore resources from institutions like the National Museum of the American Indian. By teaching these stories, we plant seeds of respect and understanding. We empower the next generation to build a world where every culture is valued. As the sun sets on Indigenous Peoples Day, hope fills the air. Today we see a nation striving to become more whole, people coming together to build a better future. This day reminds us what's possible when we lead with empathy and tell the full story of who we are. There's still work to do to address inequities facing Indigenous communities. But the unity and celebration we've witnessed are powerful forces for change. Every act of recognition matters. This day invites us to walk a shared path of respect, healing, and hope. A just future for Indigenous peoples is a just future for all. Let's carry the spirit of this day forward, listening, learning, and lifting each other up. Together, we're building a future that's more inclusive, respectful, and hopeful for everyone.